The following program contains views that are not those of WVTC, iNetworks Communications, their subsidiaries, affiliates, or financial supporters.
I drip like holy water. Yeah. Blessed with tears when I be praying harder. Yeah. I say, Jesus, take me to the Father. Yeah. Cause I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm on my way. Up to the throne, bringing heaven to my home. When I'm caught up in the spirit, that's when I be in the zone. We be praying for revival. When I fire for all easy revival. Generation, we go fight for.
Hey everyone, how y'all doing today? It has been a while since we've been out here. We're back with another episode of Still a Rose podcast. We'll be bringing you great conversation that's going to be real and raw. Plus, we give you a lot of information and resources to the community to make sure that our people are getting what they need out here in the streets, okay? So I know it's been a while and I know we have not been doing any focuses, but going into this new season, I don't even want to do the focus of the week anymore. We just gonna come with good information, and I got some exciting things in store this season as far as topics, and just get into the nitty-gritty of certain things going on in the world. And I can't wait for you guys to see what I have in store, okay? But today's episode, we have a great guest, which is Miss Nora Gavin. I'm going to properly introduce her in just 1 second. But yeah, she's on here so she can give us some great information about real estate. But before we get into all of that, I just want to let y'all know, today in Chicago's market, if you want to buy or sell, there's so much to know out there, and prices have been surging. So I thought it would be great to have her on here to, educate people on exactly what you need to be aware of, things to prepare for when you're either buying or selling. Because just like myself, as I got ready for the process, it's a lot I did not know, and I did have to reach out to her in order to get some help. So, without further ado, I do want you guys to I want to introduce her, Miss Nora Gavin, which is a realtor specialist, credit repair specialist. I've been knowing you now for I want to say, what's this, 11 years? Yeah. 2014. Yeah. So she's actually my boss at one point. We used to work at the bank, and she was cool. She get on my nerves sometimes. I wanted to do my own thing, but I was still young, so hey, But I thank her for having grace with me, and seeing who I was, and was like, girl, whatever. Sometimes I like you, sometimes I don't, and she told me that, which was fine. But we understood each other. That's why we're still here to this day. So yes, Nora, give them a little intro about who you are, what you do.
Yes, so I am Nora Gavin with Gavin Sales Home, powered by Coldwell Banker, out of the Oakland office. I have been a licensed agent since 2018, actually. And I can honestly say I love every aspect of real estate, from meeting new people to educating people to helping them turn their dreams into addresses. That is my slogan, that I turn dreams into addresses. And I am with you through the entire step of the way, from your consultation to getting you them keys. And we're doing your final walkthrough and we celebrating. I'm with you. As I always tell people, it's not a matter of if you can buy, it's just when. You may have to do certain things or put certain things in place to get to that end goal of buying a home.
Okay, yeah. And you know what? I think that's the thing that kind of got me too. Just like when I went into it and that thought process, I'm like, I don't even know where to start. And when you hear about it and just seeing people that have done it, it seems like it's so much. They're like, oh, it's such a process. Everybody make it seem like it's such a hard process. So if you're not aware of it, it's almost like there's a lot of fear going into it. And so before we even get into things to prepare and everything, like I can remember when we were at the bank and I remember you talking about it. And then it was like I ended up leaving, and then all I heard was, yeah, Nora in real estate. So what like, so what got you into, like, what made you say, you know what, let me try this for myself?
It started with actually me taking that first step and actually buying my first home. No shade to the realtor that I had. He was actually a good realtor, but he did not explain things to me. And he actually got me a great deal on my house.
Okay.
But I did not feel educated. I did not feel empowered. I prayed to God, please God, make sure that I'm saying what I'm supposed to be saying. And I mean, where you want me to go, I had no clue. And after that, a lot of people started coming to me like, hey, Nora, can you help me find a house? I know you just bought a house. It's beautiful. And I couldn't tell them the first step to do. I couldn't tell them nothing. And so I just started looking back and I was like, okay, I remember when I bought it, actually searching for a home, going on the different sites and looking at the homes and learning about the different FHA, VA, and conventional products. So fast forward, when the bank shut down, the company we were working for shut down, I honestly sat back, had a long conversation with God. I say a long conversation.
I had those with him before, like, we got to seek you for real today.
I had a conversation with God, like, put me on the path that you want me to go. What is my purpose in life? What am I supposed to do? What joy can I bring? And so everything led back to real estate. Get into real estate. Take your real estate test. So I said, okay, God, I'm gonna go ahead and, I don't like taking tests, Jesus, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Went ahead, fast forward, took my real estate test, passed it. Good. And I have been on cloud 9 ever since.
Really?
Yes. I love my business. I love the connections I've made. I love the joy of building generational wealth with people.
That part.
Everything is just exciting.
Yeah, I've seen you like just take off, and it was like we remember hearing you starting about it, and then just like each year I see progression, and I love to see that you're sticking with it. Because that's another thing. People, we will start something and then don't finish if we feel like it gets too rough. And one thing I just heard you say too, you was like, I got in and I loved it. That's great, because it's hard to find something that you start new. And then when you like, okay, I actually like this, So I'm glad that you went with Spirit.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, you gotta follow Spirit, because it'll take you where you're supposed to go.
Amen to that. Yes.
So with that, what type of properties do you typically like work with?
It honestly depends on the client, but I have worked with single family homes. I've worked with investors. I've worked with clients that are looking to fix and flip. I've worked with clients that are buying forever. A lot of people think that it's a age restriction. It's not. I recently just had I'm not gonna tell his age. He's in his high 70s. Let's go there. Very smart, high 70s veteran. He was renting for so many years, and he honestly said that he couldn't take it no more. He could not take the being in an apartment building, and unfortunately, people were, drinking and smoking in the hallway, and he didn't like that. He was like, honestly, I just want a peaceful place for me and my cat so I can play my guitar. That was his exact words. He was like, I need a place for me and my cat.
That's me.
And I want to play with my guitar. Okay, sir, let me find something for you.
That's dope. Yep, I know. That's me right now. That's what I'm looking like. When I called you, I was like, yeah, I'm starting to look. But it was mainly for me and my cat. I don't have any kids or anything. So, yeah. And it is. It's like that part. And I want to say that to people that, especially single people, like, what would you tell them if, because a person like myself, I've always battled with that for years. Like, doesn't make sense to buy a home. But then you do get to a point, like for myself, I'm like, I'm tired of renting.
And I always pose that question back to my clients. Why don't it make sense to buy? If you are responsible enough to pay your rent on time to someone else, why are you not responsible enough to pay your mortgage to yourself every month? It's the same concept. Not being afraid, because one of the biggest things that I always hear people say, I don't want to buy because of the overhead of the maintenance. And no shade to get against landlords, but how fast do your landlord move when something breaks?
Most of the time, not fast enough.
They don't.
It's a process.
It's a process.
Mhm.
And then half the time, a lot of tenants end up fixing it, figuring out how to get it fixed, and then either their landlord reimburse them, or they be like, oh, take it off your rent.
Mm-hmm.
So my mindset is this: if you were smart enough to figure out how to get it fixed, why are you not smart enough to do it for your own property and actually build generational wealth? Actually, when you buy, you get so many tax benefits, tax discounts. People don't know that you can write off your interest rate. You can write off your property tax. This is money coming back to you versus you're paying somebody else and making somebody else rich. And over time, when you have a house, it builds equity, which means it grows in value. So I look at my house as my biggest savings account right now.
Okay, I like how you put that. And so with that, what are some of the like challenges that you will see some buyers and sellers facing in the market? And even such as yourself, what have you faced?
Right now, a lot of people are facing credit issues. And that is another reason why I now have another business called NRG Credit 2 Keys. I'm sorry. So I noticed that a lot of people were having credit issues where they assume that their credit is in the high 7s or the high 6s, but not understanding that when it comes to actually buying, they look at what's called your FICO score, which is a combination of all 3 of your credit bureaus, and they take the average. So you want to get that score at least to a 640 or higher, because that can open you up to so many different down payment assistance programs, grants, or things of that nature. So that was one of the challenges that people face, is making sure that they're in the right position when it comes to their credit. And then once you actually get over that hurdle, it's now, I like to say, matching your wealth, which means your pre-approval, to your purchasing power in your desired area. Because for every additional feature, it comes at a cost. So if you're looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home versus looking for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home, sometimes that extra bathroom can make or break your budget.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so just, we actually, like, I always do a buyer's consultation, and we come together a lot during this process, so I can get a true understanding of your needs, your desires. And then I don't just put you in a home. We talk about budget too, because the last thing I want any of my clients to do is to call me within 3 to 5 years talking about, I need to sell. And it's not because you want something bigger, or you need to downsize, or you relocating. It's because, oh, I can't afford it. And that's what I do not want for any of my clients. So we really actually sit down and analyze, what can you afford? Let's look at your daily habits and see, you like to get your nails done. You like to go, smoke cigars with your boys. That is part of your budget. So let's really analyze it to see what you can afford on a monthly basis.
And this is true. And that's good. So you are pretty much like, hey, I'm going to help you in the beginning of the process, through the process, and then after, even you ain't got to deal with me. And that's wonderful. And I like the Credit 2 Keys. that was a great name. So I was looking at some information online yesterday. and they're saying that there's low inventory now. So you have to low inventory environment. So all factors play for you as a station. Like so yeah, it's that's good to know, because even like with me when I was looking for property and everything, it's like, dang, you did. I felt like there was limited property out here for certain areas that I was looking for. So I was like, I'm wondering, because there's a lot of people I know that's into real estate or may buy auction homes and things of that nature. And of course, it's stuff that I want to get into. And so for the buyer, it's also a little, scary too, because it's like, okay, it's not much to look at. I'm looking at prices around the areas that I'm willing to live in. And then you got to think, it's like, okay, the price is decent, but then taxes are high in that area. So it is scary out there, and it's hard to sometimes navigate. So typically I remember you saying, hey, when I, deal with the person, I like to have a consultation. So that's your start. What would be like the finish? So from start to finish, what is your process when it comes down to buying or a person selling?
Both start with a 30-minute consultation. And that consultation is usually via phone or via Zoom, whichever one my client is comfortable with. And that is when I do what's called a discovery phase.
Mhm.
And when it comes to buyers, it's discovering where are you in the process. So we go back to the first aspect of going over, do you have knowledge of your credit? First of all, that's
Mhm.
number one. So a lot of people want to use Credit Karma or Experian or things like that. No shade, those are good sources. But myfico.com is actually a better source, because that is actually what the score that the lenders will use. It would be that. I also provide my clients with my Linktree, which also has different apps on there where they can go to, like I said, myfico.com, and we can look at your credit score and actually see what's on your credit. That is number one. The first thing that I do, because one, I don't want to put you in front of a lender knowing that you're not in position. You don't have at least a 640 or higher credit score. So I don't want to go through that process yet. I want you to actually, let's build your credit score up to at least a 640. And then let me figure out where is your desired area. So I always have people create what's called a must-have list. What is your must-haves? Do you need a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home? Do you need a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home? Where is your desired area? I always tell people, think about, what do you do on a daily basis? Where do you go to church? Where do your kids go to school? Do you want to keep them in that school district? Do you have a gym that you like to frequent? Do you have family members that you like to, go over to their house? That sometimes plays a major factor. I know for me, that was one of my major factors. I wanted to stay within a 5-minute radius of my family members. And literally me and my family, I think the first person lives 10 minutes away from me. But we are all in literally a 5-block radius of each other.
My family now.
So
I get it.
that's important.
Yeah, it is.
I have older people that say they don't want to travel far for where their doctors are. Okay, so I need to look at where's your doctor, where's your job, and I take all of that into consideration because sometimes people will sit here and say, "Oh, I only want to stay in Country Club Hills because that's why I do everything." Well, like we previously said, maybe the inventory in Country Club Hills is a little low. Would you consider Hazelcrest?
This is next door.
Would you consider Markham? Those are the neighboring areas. And sometimes I can find homes that are literally right there at the cuff where you really wouldn't realize that you're in a different city because of how close it is. So once I, find that we get your credit score where it is, then I will actually match you with the perfect lender. I always tell people, get more than one opinion on your pre-approval. Every institution can offer you different products, different services, different down payment assistance. So based off the information that you gave me, as we go on with your down pay, how much you got to say, what your credit score is looking like, then I say, okay, you know what? I really feel like this lender can help you, but I'm going to give you at least 3 referrals. If you don't come with one, I'm going to give you at least 3 of the top. Well, I'm not going to call them top, but they are top to me. 3 of loan reps that I've worked with in the past, and they basically will go over the pre-approval with you and see what your purchase power is. And then once they actually do that, we actually have a meeting with your lender so we can actually have an understanding of the budget aspect. What are we trying to say monthly? What can we afford? Because the system will sit here and say, based off your income and your debt to income ratio, you can afford $2,000 a month. But let's go back to what you like to do. Can you really afford $2,000 a month? Because you already got a $400 car note. You got a $500 car note. So can you really afford a $2,000 a month? No. So let's go back. Let's tailor your pre-approval to where you want your monthly payment to fall. And then also the loan rep has different ways to help you reach that desired monthly payment, from buying down your interest rate to seeing if the home qualifies for different discounts when it comes to your property taxes. It sounds like a lot.
It does.
It does.
I'm like,
but I guarantee
But
I
it's
am
helpful,
with
though.
you, and I make sure that you are educated along the way. So you're not just signing documents. I'm going to tell you, like, okay, this is what your loan rep was talking about. Let me break it down to you. If you do not understand, I always tell people, call me. No question is too small. No question is dumb. Call me. Shoot me a text message when you think about it. Like, I am the most transparent person you can meet. I always tell people I am up sometimes 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And I get it. You probably up too, looking on Facebook, and you saw something that somebody posted. Now you got a question. Shoot me a text message. I may not reply right then and there, but I may reply first thing in the morning. I may reply at 2-3 o'clock in the morning when I'm drinking a cup of water. But I want you to reply, because just like most people, we forget once we put something down. So I do not want you to forget. Shoot me a text message, and I guarantee I'm gonna answer.
yes. That's what's up. That's definitely what's up, because you just pretty much broke down a lot of people's fears. I've heard a lot of people be very mad at their realtor at the end of the process. I just watched my sister go through the process of buying a home, and it was just like, at one point I listened to her, and then I was like, you know what, everybody, let's just get in a circle and pray, because at this point, like, the frustration is overwhelming for her. All you can do is pray about it. And it was mostly her just being upset with the realtor. Like, she felt that she wasn't heard. She felt that, he was just trying to get done and trying to make money at the end of the day. So it's good that you actually take all that time. And like you said, you can, hit you at 3 a.m. That's beautiful, because I got clients, and I would tell them 9 to 5. Don't call me after 5 o'clock. Okay.
I do have my phone on do not disturb. So if I am asleep, it's not gonna, wake me and my son up. But I give people that opportunity. And then I think the main thing that I always tell people though is everybody's home buying journey is different, but the end result should be the same. So when it comes to your home buyer journey, it may not be easy. It may not be as simple as you find a home, you do your inspection, you close. No, I've had situations and transactions fall apart, and it's no doing of myself, it's no doing of my client. It could be something that happened on the seller side. They're no longer in position to sell their home. But I guarantee I'm going to help you through it. I guarantee we're going to get back out there and we're going to find something. I've had a client where I worked with her for almost a year. And it was a challenging because unfortunately stuff kept popping up on her credit. So we had to go back through the credit repair process.
Oh, Lord.
Then it was the house she wanted. The seller couldn't actually sell it because he was upside down and he didn't have the money to get out of it. So she went through the whole pre-approval, inspection, appraisal to come to the end and be like, okay, they can't sell it. A lot happened. So like I said, I can understand. I try to make everybody's experience enjoyable, educational, and as smooth as possible, less stress as possible.
Yeah. You know what? And with that being said, so if a person was going to buy and sell, what would be the top 3 things that you would tell them not to do right before they're going into that process? Especially with their credit.
Don't buy nothing. Don't do anything with your credit that is going to take away from your purchase power. Most people don't understand that Afterpay, Affirm, affects your credit. I know they sit there and say it don't, but if you actually take a look at your credit, half the time Affirm is on there as a monthly payment. Do not miss a payment. Late payments is the harshest thing on your credit, because people don't understand your credit is basically your report card of how you handle your finances. And when you're going in front of a loan rep, you yourself is not going in front of the loan rep. Just like me and you sitting down. No, you are literally submitting documents and paperwork asking this company to loan you over $100,000. So you need that your paper side, your monetary side to look pristine. And it need to tell a clear story of you and represent you in the best light. So pay your bills on time. Keep your utilization low would be the top things that I tell someone going into purchasing. And I think the third thing, I hate to say it, but don't sit here and listen to your family members that bought 20 years ago. Don't do that. I love y'all grandmama. I love your daddy. I really do. I really do. Lord knows I love the parents. I love your grandmama. She bought a home in 1985 when things were totally different.
This is true.
So
true.
A lot of people would sit here, well, my auntie said, I hear you. I hear what your auntie said, but baby, that's no longer true. So let's come back to reality of what's now going on in the market. When it comes to a seller, I get that when you go to sell your home, it's a lot of emotions involved.
Yeah.
You have a lot of emotional ties to that home, some good, some bad. And do not sit here and over improve on your home. Actually consult with a real estate agent when it comes to that, to see what actually brings value to your home versus, oh, you felt that because you spent $20,000 on this new high-end refrigerator, oh, your home should be valued that. No, that's something that does not bring value to your home.
Really?
Unfortunately, no $20,000 Samsung appliances. we can use that to improve your bathroom or something like that. And sometimes people don't understand that when it comes to selling your home, it may not be a major revamp that you need. It may be a fresh coat of paint. It may be changing the fixtures. Something simple can make your home be presented in a better light.
Gotcha. Well, y'all heard it. So I hope y'all are listening in a sense of writing these things down for the people that are preparing to buy or sell. I definitely had to take some information for myself, especially with the late payments. That is critical. Even when, and she's right about that. Like, if you think about your credit report, I don't know, I do have Credit Karma sometimes, and they'll even tell you, like, even if you're not making those full payments, I don't know if y'all ever got the message, but it'll tell you, congratulations on making 12, 20 something consecutive, or 2 years of making on time payments, and it'll shoot your score up. You may have a lot going on, but I've seen it personally just from me being on time with payments that it just shot my score up. So yeah, that is something very good for people to know. Is there any like last thing that you would want to tell the people, just that, you know, when they're going to buy or sell, before you get out of here?
Don't wait. Don't sit here and go through this mindset, oh, I'm gonna wait till the interest rates fall. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't do
Hear
that.
that a lot.
Don't sit here and say, oh, I'm gonna wait until it gets closer to when my lease is coming up for renewal, and then I'm gonna move before that. Don't do that. And the reason I say that is, in order to get ready, you have to get ready. So you do not know exactly what position you're in. So schedule a consultation with me. It's totally free. I do not charge for the consultation. I don't even charge for the credit consultation. It's a free consultation where I will go through everything with you to put you in the position. So when you are ready, you can make a smooth transition of going into purchasing your home, of knowing how much you need to save, what your credit score needs to be, just all aspects of it. So you don't be mad at your agent at the end of the transaction.
Yeah, that part. Because I'm telling you, like, I'm happy that you are saying all of these things, because this makes me even more comfortable working with you when if I do decide to buy in Chicago. But also too, it's more so of, also all I hear people talking about, which brings me to my own like skepticism with buying a home. Everybody talks about, I didn't know, I wasn't informed of certain information. I didn't feel like my realtor was really on my side. So to know that you are doing all of those things, you heard her name is Nora Gavin. She's out here in the Chicago market. Is there any other markets that you deal with sometimes, or that you have referrals with other people to help people that are looking outside of Chicago?
I actually have referrals. Coldwell Banker is a great company, and we have a great referral network where I can refer you to a top agent in Costa Rica. I can refer you to a top agent in Indiana. Yes, currently I'm only licensed in Illinois, but I do have reaches nationwide that I can refer a client to, or even statewide. It's no excuse.
Yep. And that part too, she is certified as a accredited buyer's representative and pricing strategy advisor and a credit repair specialist.
Yeah.
So check her out. She's online. You will see her on social media such as Facebook, TikTok, Instagram too, right?
Yeah, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and it's literally all my name. Just Nora Gavin, Nora, last name Gav, as in Victor, IN. You can reach out to me via social media. You can shoot me a text message or a phone call at 773-426-2126.
You heard her, and y'all know me. I will be back next week with another episode. We're going to be talking about what it is to be in your singleness. And it will not just be me. I'm going to have some guests on here, so y'all prepare for that. Any of y'all out here trying to stay strong in your singleness and not be out there in these streets, I know, okay? We're not going back, y'all. We're not going back to cycles. We're not. But that's for another day. But I want to thank you again for coming on here and really educating people on buying or selling a home. We need this more in our community. So, and she will be doing an event. We both be doing a community event this Saturday, October 4th. If you're in the Park Forest area, there will be a community event that you'll have her there, such as myself coaching and other businesses that will be giving out a lot of community resources, things that we may need. If you need therapy, things of that nature, everything will be half price. So come out 10 to 4. Also, check me out, Stilla Rose, Facebook, TikTok, all that. And then, check out the website, www.ssrmentorgroup.com. And we will see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in with us. Bye.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio, iNetworks Communications, or their financial supporters.
Winning victory through Christ, WVTC Allsip Chicago, and iNetworks Communication Station.